Right. Hi. We are going to be reading The Secret Staircase, Chapter 4, Cleaning the Yard. Okay, so the last chapter we learned a little bit about the old house and how there was a secret stairway somewhere behind a wall or door that had not been found. And supposedly there's gold in that house. But we know that Mr. Bell is a poor man. He doesn't have a lot of money. And so I guess they're wondering how can there be gold when he doesn't have money, right? Surely by now he would have found it, is what they're probably thinking, right? So let's see what happens when we go to chapter 4, cleaning the yard. Tom and Ricky went to Mr. Bell's house right after school. They banged hard on the door so he could hear them. When he opened the door, he looked happy. Maybe he had been thinking they may not come to help. Hi, Mr. Bell. We're here to get started, Ricky said. Where should we start? Tom asked. Well, let's see. Why not start by the front gate? Mr. Bell said. Where do you want us to put the weeds? Ricky asked. Just put them in a big pile. Then we can clean them up at the same time, Mr. Bell said. Mr. Bell walked with Tom and Ricky to the front gate. You can work for about an hour today. Let's see how much you can do. I won't be able to work with you today. I have someone with me in the house, he said. Mr. Bell started to walk back to the house. Then he stopped and turned around. Let me show you the side door to the house. You can come in if you want a drink of water. It is a hot day, he said. Mr. Bell took Tom and Ricky around the side of the house. This door goes into the kitchen. The door is broken. I can't close it all the way. Just come in if you want, he said. Tom and Ricky went back to start weeding. There were lots of weeds. It didn't seem they were getting much done. This is more work than I thought, Ricky said. It sure is. Look at all the weeds we pulled up. But it doesn't seem like we've even started, Tom said. After they had worked for a while, Tom said, I'd like a glass of water. How about you? Sure, Ricky answered. They went around the side of the house. They pushed on the kitchen door and it opened. Mr. Bell had put two glasses by the sink. Everything looked old in the kitchen. Ricky filled his glass with water. Then they heard yelling from another room in the house. They could hear Mr. Bell and someone else. They didn't know what to do. They heard the front door open and close. Then it was quiet. Mr. Bell came into the kitchen. He saw the boys. His face was red. He looked mad. I'm sorry, that was my grandson. He came to see me. He needs money, but I don't have any. He thinks I'm rich. He got mad and left, Mr. Bell said. And there is Mr. Bell and his grandson, as you can see. It was so hot, we came in to get a glass of water, Ricky said. Let's see how you're doing, Mr. Bell said. They all walked out to the front gate. It's starting to look really nice, Mr. Bell said. There's still lots to do, Ricky said. Why don't you stop for today? Can you come back tomorrow? Mr. Bell asked. We sure can. We'll come again after school, Tom said. See you tomorrow, Ricky said. Tom and Ricky left to go home. They liked Mr. Bell. He really was a nice man. And that is the end of chapter 4. So we know that Ricky and Tom were started working on the yard and that Mr. Bell had an argument with his grandson. I wonder what that argument was about. Maybe we'll find out soon.